Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MicDrop podcast. It's your boy Alex Wardu. Here with my boy DK, and I got a special guest, Chaunce the Official. Say what's up.
What's good? How y'all doing?
Yeah, welcome back to the
Doing good.
podcast. It's a pleasure having you back. You know what I'm saying? Nice little catch up.
Y'all boys been doing y'all thing.
No, you've been doing your thing.
You've been doing your thing. Crazy.
Y'all had fake. When I see y'all had fake Drake on here, I DM'd him right away like fake Drake. Y'all going? Oh god.
Yeah. No, it's been a grind. You know what I'm saying? This especially shout out to Alex. You know, he's definitely been carrying the interviews and shit. So. You want to just like give us like an update, like what's been going on since the last time you been on the podcast? Anything that you've been working on? We know you just dropped your EP. We were supposed to have you around that time, but you know.
Yeah. So
you know how shit goes.
Absolutely. As of lately, I've been kind of in and out studios, networking a lot, going a lot of listening parties, stuff like that, making music. I'm in the process of revamping my page. New Year's coming up and shit like that. So just doing a lot of work, but I'm not speaking on a lot of stuff because it's just gonna hit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But everything been hitting though.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I fuck with it. Shit. What did y'all talk about when y'all were on before? Like, I watched it, but I didn't watch like the full thing. Like, what exactly did y'all like talk about that needs to be like?
We talked about a bunch of random bullshit. I feel like.
So it was an hour-long pod, so I mean, I feel like we got a lot into like goals and plans for the future. We also talked about like a lot of stuff like getting into the music industry, you know, especially since you had just I think you had just moved to Atlanta at the time.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
I think that was 4 or 5 months ago.
All right, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the process been like in Atlanta so far? Like, you know, how do you feel like you've been breaking into the music industry out there?
So I've been here for almost probably about a little over a year. Right. The process for me, you know, it's gonna look different for everybody. For me, it's look like hitting up some internships at the studio, going to school, networking, underground shows, like just getting your name out there. And then once you begin to do that, you'll find like, all right, let's backtrack because I ain't even get this right. You feel me? So just backtracking, getting stuff right, making sure everything's prepared for when I go out and do shows is more professional, making sure my, you know, stage presence is a lot more crisp and things of that nature. Just more network. You feel me? Like intense networking. So I really increased it. Like I've been meeting a lot more people. I don't like the name drop because I am the name. Like I know I gotta build that shit.
Nah, go ahead, name drop, bro. Talk your shit,
it's no fun to name dropping. Check out my Instagram page. Goddamn, flick through my story, flick through the highlights. You feel me? Like, and then that's another thing. I mean, kind of like some people they deal with like social media anxiety where they don't want to come out and like do their thing on social media. So the way I started coming out on social media was first doing it on my story on Instagram.
Nah, you've been going crazy with the TikToks. You feel me? In the reels.
You feel me? And then that's what I'm saying. So becoming more progressive with putting a lot more effort towards the TikToks, and I got a lot of things planned. I just got more confident with that camera. I ain't gonna count. Yeah. So doing that.
Some more music videos in the future type shit.
Definitely. So if y'all look out today, I'm gonna be posting the Munch freestyle we was listening to earlier. It's gonna be a video for that.
Okay. Let's talk about your EP off of the record. You know what I'm saying? What was the creative process behind that? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that dropped after we did our first interview, correct? That dropped like around June. Yeah. Talk about that, like getting into working on that project.
So I believe I dropped the revamp EP, and that was just a couple songs that I felt like were decent, that people were fucking with, that were around me, that I want to just put out and put a tape. Then after that, I did off the record. The inspiration behind that was simply me getting out the military, of course, me having some shit that was on my chest. Then a few songs that should have probably got on revamp that other people were still requesting. Like it's still songs that people play and put on their story that I haven't released. Like my homeboy did it, and I'm like, damn, I'm starting to listen to my supporters a little bit more. Like if they want to hear this, all right, bet I'm gonna put that out type shit. So off the record came about from that. Now anything that I drop after that is on the record. So it's just I'm gonna be talking my shit.
W wordplay.
That's why I called it that off the record. Yeah, it was like, all right, I'm gonna revamp this shit for y'all. All right, and this gonna be off the record, and then everything else after this, I'm coming hard. So if anybody say, oh, she can't rap, or she's not melodic, or she's not lyrical, or she da 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 da, all right, they gonna look at me like how they looking at Kanye. And that's how I feel.
Okay. Talk your shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, because I'm
Okay.
coming at their ass with everything. I'm tapping into different genres. I'm hitting up everybody. I'm pulling out my saxophone from hella years ago that's rusty as fuck, and I'm doing everything. Oh God, yeah.
What producers and engineers and just like other people in, like within the studio setting did you work with on that project?
I work with a few different producers. A lot of times, man, I will say this: I like to work close to home. So I'm always working close to home, like hitting up boys that I know. Hey, bro, you know that's doing this shit. So shout out to it's big _ on Instagram. That's one of my producers. Shout out to Pride by Gooch. That's another producer that they're not necessarily on the tape, but I do want to shout them out because they active right now.
Right.
So it'll vary. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna beat stars. Other times somebody might send you an instrumental they want you to get on. So it just kind of depends.
Okay.
You say you was in the military, right?
Yeah.
What was your rate?
AM, airframer.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my boy Alex was in the Navy. He was in the Navy too.
Was Master at Arms, bro. Crazy.
Over MA for sure. I wanted to be an MA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna be in the Air Force, but you know, it's
I was too. A lot of people would say that shit.
Yeah, looking back, I low-key regret. I feel like the Air Force definitely would have been the right branch for me.
You regret the Navy, bro?
I don't regret the Navy. I think I regret not joining the Air Force more than I regret being in the Navy.
For real?
You know what I'm saying?
Once I joined the Navy, I was so happy I did because I looked at the Air Force like, let me not say that online, but I looked at the Navy like, all right, we cool. We drinkers, we at it. I was like,
the chair force. That's crazy.
Yeah,
the Navy in terms of like the type of people you meet in the military, I feel like the Navy probably has some of the most lit people.
Yeah,
out of all the branches.
I fuck with the Navy, man. They started letting us do shit.
Wow,
fuck it, it's over.
Wait, you were still in when they was kicking niggas out for like the COVID shit, right?
Yeah, because they almost tried to case me up.
Word. Let's hear that story.
Let's hear that. Let's get some background on that.
Yeah, we better, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
what? You know when COVID broke out, they tried to restrict everything and everybody. Right. Niggas was still linking up, kickbacks, everything, bro. You know how that went.
Yeah, I definitely know.
One person in the command got it. Now they trying to make it like you came through with guns and knives and shit. Like, no, bro, I didn't bring COVID in the world.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely a very interesting time, especially being in the military. But
yeah, not for sure. But I think never mind, I say that. I think my bread during COVID, bro. That was the time, man. We didn't shut shit down over on our side of the world. It was fucked up, but we was still lit. You gotta be cheerful through the downtimes.
No, 100%. You was talking about Kanye. What do you think about all the recent controversy with Kanye?
Oh, shit.
All right, now, can I say this to Alex? Alex, I know we have just met. However, DK, no, I don't keep up with a goddamn thing. I'm not really into a lot of popular culture. Now I'm trying to make myself well versed so I can, you know what I'm saying? Be a part of the conversation. Look, check me out. Kanye is a person who I've from a distance admired only based off of word of mouth. Like, oh shit, he doing this. Oh shit, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like good media, good attention, da-da-da. I fuck with him for the fashion, da-da-da. I think that once you get to a certain point in life, and we see this throughout history with different kings or different, throughout time, we'll find that once you go so far, you got to come on back down, especially if pride becomes a problem. So I'm not saying that. I think we all got a purpose in the world. And I think we all got something to say. And I don't think that nobody should really have a right to, prevent anybody from fulfilling that, bringing that to fruition. However, it's a way to go about it. And once we can learn how to communicate and once we can learn how to control our emotions, because you know what I'm saying? Then we can reach that person better. And that goes towards him. And that is also, I'm telling him that and I'm telling the people that's talking to him as well. You feel me? So if anybody feel like he crazy or feel like he da-da-da or feel like this, that, and the third, then he getting the medicine like he said. He said it out his own mouth. This is the only part of the interview that I did see because his interviews be so long, I can't fucking watch. But he was like, he said something like he feel like the Most High has put him in a position to da-da-da, and he feel as though people are coming against him and just all this other shit. Like, man, that's wonderful. But you got to be strategic about the way that you do shit, and you kind of got to have a little bit of class. And the way he go on his Instagram and the way he broadcasts a lot of his business, I don't know if it's I don't know, man, because I look at social media and everybody do it. They capitalize off their own family. They put them on there and they kind of embarrass them on TikTok. I'm new to TikTok, so I'm just not seeing. I'm catching up, and I'm like, damn, this is a perspective. It might be funny to some, but from my perspective, I'm a little bit emotional when it comes to other people's sense of feelings and things of that nature. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think Kanye kind of got ahead of himself.
Okay,
I think he kind of got far the fuck ahead of himself, and I think that if he can, because I'm not mad at him. I don't give a fuck what you believe, but it's a way to go about it. And although you could be bringing some truth to something that is opening people up, because I feel like everything happens for a reason. So if he bringing some shit to people's mind and everybody exposed to it, and now we all thinking about it, and now we have to do research in order to even disprove the things that he's saying, now we're becoming informed because he has a position of power and he's bringing something to our attention.
Right.
And unfortunately, we won't pay attention to it until it's brought to us through social media and through one of our leaders, which happens to be entertainment industry motherfuckers, rappers.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're not going to go look at the leaders and be like, hey, guys, what should we be looking at in the political sense? No, the way that we'll find out about political shit is through our political leaders. And those happen to be rappers and ball players and shit. So appreciate you, Kanye, for bringing up some shit that motherfuckers ain't thought about in a while. Now everybody go run crazy and be upset because this person has a lot of control and power over the way that you think, and it's confusing you. It's distorting your own reality. And so now you want to, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of projection. Let's talk about the Nick Cannon shit, though. Fuck that. Let's talk about Cannon.
What you want to talk about with that?
How everybody keep talking about he having all these damn kids and shit, and making that
like the whole world gonna look like Nick Cannon.
Because I did see some shit on Instagram how he got another girl pregnant within the span of like 6 months or some crazy shit. Like I don't know. I
think there got to be some kind of plan that he's trying to. I don't know what the fuck you trying to do. It's like you got an NFL roster right now. I don't know what the fuck. Like you don't just be fucking all them women like that. Like. For no reason.
From a male's perspective, you think that he's just kind of it is something there from a male's perspective. Like,
yeah. What do you think? Like, you think there's something wrong with the way he's sliding right now, or
from a general perspective? I think that we've been conditioned. Our culture been conditioned to believe that we can't be quote unquote fruitful and multiply. And I think that even when you look at the systems. They tell you can't have this many kids, or we're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You only have these amount of children, right. And then so when you look at numbers and you look at things like I don't know, it's a lot of different agendas and things like that. So when you tell a black man don't have kids, and then everybody subscribes to that, and then you tell a black woman you're having too many, and everybody subscribes to that. What are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
So let's leave everybody the fuck alone, because some people, my great grandmother who passed away maybe about a year ago, she was one of maybe I think 12.
Yeah.
And when she talked about that, she lit up with joy. If you think about it today in society, everybody's looking for a friend. She lit up with joy because she had 12 other friends.
No, same in my family too. I think my mom was like one of the
within her family. Other cultures, they have hella family.
Same African.
And they build and they grow community with their families. And they have a sense of family outside of their family because they have family. But we tell our people, don't do that. Don't have family. My only issue, and not issue, but my only personal perspective is this. Being that I have a half sibling, I think it might be his responsibility, because he is leaving a lot of seeds around. Make sure that your family are well connected and that you don't have a family of, and that might be difficult because you have a lot of different baby mothers in the picture.
Like a divided family. You don't.
Yeah, but make sure that make sure that they know each other. Make sure your kids know each other. Make sure they're spending time. And that's your responsibility because of what you did, because of what you're doing. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but make sure they know each other. Make sure you're doing for them. Make sure they know each other. And that's my input on that part. And I ain't really been keeping up with shit, but that came across my shit. Somebody asked me about that. And I was like, well, give me some details. And it was like, well, you're having a bunch of kids. And I was like, okay, what else? And it was like, well, he's just having a bunch. And I was like, well, shit. Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
you think, I don't know if it's true, but do you think them trying to like ban abortion and whatnot has anything to do with that? Like,
see, that's why I'm
or
like,
do you think that's like for the white women to like
my thing
kind
is,
tell them
My
to
thing,
start producing more babies because they feel like their race is starting to die out. So they're trying to ban abortion for that.
I don't know, but because it's so connected, isn't it something? Right?
It's definitely something. Yeah.
Isn't it something? So why are we upset with Nick Cannon for doing the normal thing that human bodies do? I mean, yeah,
I'm not mad at him.
we can question him on some like, bro, on since you are a celebrity and we're looking at your life for entertainment, we can go in depth because you're broadcasting it. So we can go there for a second. And it's just like, I mean, it is very toxic. We don't want to begin this trend. We definitely don't want to begin this trend. We don't want to begin this trend and allow it for men to think that it's okay to start families and then start them somewhere else and then start them somewhere else and then
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's different with him because he definitely has the financial means to like provide for them and still be in
like
their
if it was
lives too. Like,
but it's not
like
an average man conversation. Can we even really put ourselves in that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but at the same time, we do know that it's very common in the Black community for like dads to be absent. You know, so you also have to look at how like
that's how
other
we
people.
Looking at it from. Are we looking at it from that? Like, well, somebody might say my dad wasn't there because my dad was there.
Yeah,
you know, and I was raised my dad. Somebody might say I wasn't raised with my father. I don't know my father, and they might begin to project off onto Nick Cannon, like. Whereas I grew up with my dad, you know what I'm saying, and then I had a half sister, so I'm like, shit. I grew up wishing I had more half sisters, more half brothers, more. You know what I'm saying? Until I got older, and I was like, shit, I'm the youngest. I'm good with this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like a lot of us grew up wishing we had more sisters and brothers and stuff.
I think it just depends how you look at it. True, that whole perspective thing. Because I heard like, I just think personally, them trying to like ban abortion is kind of like inadvertently trying to make them tell white women that they need to start giving birth more because they see their race is dying out. Because like a lot of white people are getting with black people and shit, you know, and all that. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah, I definitely don't knock Nick Cannon for having. I mean, fuck who you want, like, and he has the money to provide for him. So
yeah, like if it was someone that wasn't in a situation like Nick Cannon was financially, then there would definitely be some red flags. But because we know he has the means to support all his children, like it is what it is. At the end of the day, like he's he's definitely not like listening to us and like being like, oh, maybe I should stop having. Like, fuck no, like he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean. But we listen to us. That's my only point. And so it'd be like when people be bringing shit back to me and they be like, oh, what do you feel like this? I be like, bro, I feel like that shit start with how we be egging that shit the fuck on. We don't realize what it really says in the end. Like, what is it actually saying? You know? So I don't know. And then I got a big family. So, you know, and then I start looking at it like, well, shit, the person here now, the baby is here now. So you can't say that person fucking matters. Every time it's a new person on this earth, they're supposed to be, I believe they're intended to do some shit on this motherfucker. Something, goddamn, do some good.
Yeah.
So that person might end up saving your goddamn life and you was laughing. You know what I'm saying? Not you know, shit, we supposed to laugh. It ain't, you know, but I'm saying when it comes to certain shit, I don't know. That could just be me though.
I think people just view it like, okay, like there's the 8 billion people in the world, I guess, now. So it's like there's so many people out there. It's like why does my life matter when there's so many other people out here that probably have more or can do more? Just, you know, from their perspective, they probably just feel like they're just a small cog on the wheel. Like they don't really affect much. They're just born to just work all day until they die, you know?
That's
yeah,
so
it is sad, but a lot of people have that
It is
mindset.
very sad.
A lot of people have that mindset, you know. But
I mean, it's crazy because you look around, especially like for like people that didn't like leave the house or leave like at 18 growing up, and they see a lot of people around them in their area. It's easy to get stuck in that mindset of thinking like, oh, like I'm just gonna work till I die, and I don't have any goals to like go do this, or they don't believe in themselves that they can, you know. So I don't know. It's just different, you know. I feel like for me, I kind of
get to that point. You think they get to that point, or you think that's just what they like?
I mean, I don't know, because me personally, I'm looking at it from a perspective where, like, when I turned 18, I left home. You know, I went and joined the military, and I met so many different people, and I kind of saw like what potential life could possibly have for me. So, like, it's hard for me to look at life from a lens of thinking like, oh yeah, I'm about to just work at a fucking like grocery store till I die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I just don't see that for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I think too also because I left when I was 19, but I think a lot of people don't necessarily know. All right, let's put it like this: if you don't know it's out there, how can you apply for it? You feel
that's
me?
true.
So I didn't
Yeah.
know about all of the shit about the military until I was looking for the next phase in life, and so I was ready for it. I think some people don't even know about it, and so I think that's why what do they call it? Representation. Like that's why imagery, like us seeing representation is important. Like we shouldn't just see massive big ass families of white people on the screen. We should also see big ass black families on the screen too. Like how we
Successful black families at that.
and, rich
Yeah.
and we should see that too. So I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I think we pretty much.
What do you getting back into like more you know what I'm saying? Like what are your goals for 2023 music wise, content wise? Like what do you have in store for us 2023?
2023, I definitely want to pull some more collabs out my bag, but not just up the street type shit. I'm trying to do it big with the collabs.
Okay.
And so if y'all end up fucking with the talk, listening to the music, and you got a blue check, hit me up. And you moving in motion and shit like that. Good face, shit like that. Good energy. I'm not really trying to be on no bullshit. You feel me? I'm trying to work. That's it. So more videos. I'm always dropping cinematic videos. I'm always dropping content. And now that I done got hella comfortable with the camera and got me a gimbal, I'm just doing all type of shit. So
yes, sir.
Push up on me. But yeah, 2023, you're gonna just see me working, bro. I promise you that. Like, you're not gonna be able to stop seeing me. I'm gonna get on anybody's nerves who's not supporting me until they support me. For real. Until they hop on the bandwagon. Yeah.
That's how you gotta be, bro. You gotta believe in yourself before everyone else can, That's just, no one's gonna love your shit until you love your shit.
What y'all got planned?
Oh, shit, nigga, we've done so much in the last 6 months. I don't even know for real. Like,
yeah, I don't know. With podcasting, it's kind of hard to because I don't know. I feel like for me, like what I want out of this is to build like a stable community,
Yeah.
Where we could talk to like bring different guests on and like meet different like producers, artists, and like just talk about music industry and just kind of learn more, And then not only that, but like meet other people that don't necessarily even have to be like in the music industry that we could like talk about music with, So I feel like a sense of community for one thing, that's like a major goal of mine for this podcast. But
yeah, definitely for me too. Definitely community. We interview like a lot of different people, like music video directors, artists, fucking anybody really that's down to be interviewed. But yeah, I think what he said. Probably developing more of a community, whether it's on YouTube or Discord or wherever it is, just having a community like that just rocks with us no matter where we're on, like type shit.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what's up. King, what would you say is like your top 3 like favorite that you've done so far?
My top
in terms of any interviews?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna include Chaunce because I feel like that's gonna be biased. So,
I'm glad you gave the disclaimer though. So at least
I'm not gonna include you just because I'm not trying to be biased.
I wish I was there for the first one. I really do.
No, the first one.
I think this was a little bit better. I was a little nervous and kind of not knowing the vibes. Like,
that was the second interview on the channel. And you're the first. Yeah, it was the second interview on the channel. You're the first person to come back. So it's like technically you're number 1, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta be I would say I really fucked with the Tobias Wincar interview. Rick the Whirler also. That was a really good one too. I might need to go look at the channel.
We've done a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. We've had so many different heads on here. Oh, Michael Cruz, can't forget about that one. That was
Michael Cruz is up there,
That was definitely one of the better interviews that we did in terms of like just clippable moments, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and obviously Flacco,
that was a classic, you know what I'm saying?
That show was classic.
Yeah, and then shout out to Big Drake, you know what I'm saying?
So how do y'all know each other?
Yeah.
Oh,
you want to tell them?
You got it.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So I met Wardu on a Discord server that I made when I was fucking 16 years old, and it was a basketball Discord server. And then from there, I don't know, me and Wardu just became cool. You know what I'm saying? I put him onto the military. he put me on to the little campaigning job I did when I got out, and then we was just like, fuck it, let's start a podcast. So
that's what's up, man.
you know what I'm saying? That's a longtime friend. That's the homie for sure.
Yeah.
That's my bro.
What's up? For sure.
Yeah.
That's my bro.
All right.
Let me ask you this: do you pride yourself on being like an independent artist?
I'm doing a research paper right now in English in school, and the assignment that I've decided to do my research paper on is it better to sign to a label or remain independent?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't pride myself on being independent, not right now, because I need more motion. So I'm looking for that loan. You feel me? I'm looking for the team, but once I make my motion and I don't need that label, then I might be a little bit too far off. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll begin to pride myself. So until I can get that motion going, that's when I'll begin to pride myself. I don't pride myself just yet. Yeah.
And when you say motion, do you mean just more notoriety, just more people listening to your music type shit?
Yeah, I need the numbers to go up. I need the numbers to match. Yeah, once I can get the numbers right so I can talk my shit, then I can pride myself on being independent. But nobody should be prideful on being independent if they need assistance.
Yeah.
If they not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
I mean, there's nothing wrong with support from a label, you know. It's just I feel like you gotta learn how to navigate the contracts, because a lot of people be getting fucked over. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with record labels, more people get fucked over than people that actually like succeed.
Like what you
That's
said,
an understatement.
you gotta navigate the contract. And then another thing too, you gotta know what you're doing when you're going in for the contract. Like, I'm not gonna act like I know too much about it because I'm still doing my research. And like I said, this paper is, you know, causing me to do more. But yeah, there is a misconception that record labels are all evil. It's not like that though.
Yeah.
You feel me? They're not all bad. Y'all niggas is not reading. Reading is fundamental. You feel me? Read the fucking shit you sign in and do, like, the information is out here too. We can all do information now. When people getting backdoored and stuff like that, that's a whole different other story. Like all the conspiracies, that's a whole different other story. But like just black and white, what's on the paper and shit. I'm in this bitch for 2 years. I'm gonna give y'all 2 albums and we gonna woo. That's a whole nother story. And
so you like the short term deals.
I'm gonna keep hipping myself on the information, but so far I'm looking at it like that. Like if I do get with a label, it's gonna be what can I do for you? What can you do for me? But that's already gonna be after I already get my clout. If that's the case, if I go that route, if I go the independent route, I might stay the independent route. So it's just kind of like knowing what cards you got and being smart. Everybody just think they think one thing and they keep going that way. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna sign. I'm gonna be independent. Get new information and stick with that one thing. Like, no. It's different contracts. You can get one for a single. You can get one for album. You can get, you know. So you can get a what you call distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? Different type of deal and shit. Yeah. So depends on what they talking about. They might want to hire me on as a writer. Like, you know what I'm saying? What?
So you won't be against like signing to like an Empire or some shit?
I have to do my research on a specific company before I even like.
There is a big conspiracy revolving them, you know. So I'm not gonna get into it.
They killing all the artists like that.
DK, no, I'm the conspiracy theorist here, but you know,
let's get the tinfoil.
I definitely do believe there's something going on with that. Shout out to Ghazi, but you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of deaths revolving Empire artists, and you know, life insurance policies that they
I heard about
cash
that.
in, and you know, yeah. What are your thoughts on that, though? Do you think there's any validity to it?
I wouldn't doubt that there might be a person in there, a position of power, who has the strings to pull. I wouldn't doubt that. There's people out here that man, thugs is in suits too. You feel me? So I'm like, bro, like, shit, it could be, but how I'm looking at it is, I'm not attracted to that. You feel me? That's somebody else's story. But it had a lot of details to follow, like before that happened. Like, not saying like anybody, like, not trying to put nobody death on them type shit. Like, that shit is fucked up. Figure out who killing the motherfuckers, but that ain't got shit to do with me. You feel me though? Like, shit, that's like before we joined the military.
That's real.
Before we joined the military, it was one nigga say, "Oh yeah, my granddaddy was in the military." Another nigga say, "They brainwashing niggas."
Nah, facts.
I'm gonna get brainwashed. I told the niggas, I'm signing up to get brainwashed, bro. I need some discipline, goddamn it. Like,
For real.
dumb, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got in that bitch and we was drinking and smoking and chilling and all type of shit, bro. They ain't brainwashed.
I was off jewels, bro. Niggas was in A school selling jewels to each other.
Man,
I'm like,
oh god, bro. In the bathroom to go hit the vape and shit. Like, come on, bro.
Like, what are we doing right now, bro? It's crazy.
Okay, so wait. So as a current Atlanta resident, how do you feel about this whole YSL, you know what I'm saying, racketeering indictment? You know what I'm saying? What are your opinions on that? Do you think they're getting out anytime soon?
I don't know. I don't know no details on that. I'm so glad. See, me not knowing shit be helping me out. If I say the wrong shit, I talk a lot. If I say the wrong shit,
right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you don't have to know anything, but just like from the outside,
like they recently,
tell me what's happening.
They recently said that they're gonna call 300 witnesses to testify.
Right.
On
300, which is crazy.
300 which is crazy. So it's not looking good if they have 300 witnesses.
Yeah.
And it's from a span of, I think, from 2011, whenever Young Thug blew up, which was like 2011, 2012 to now. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's cap though.
This shit like it's a science experiment. Like it's
I think the 300
candidates.
I think that's
it might be capped. It might be capped
because the government because like one thing the military taught me is that bro they'll say anything to try to get some information out of a nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll send it. I don't know if y'all ever been to mass or anything, bro, but like you go to mass and they'll start just making up shit, try to get some information out of you. You know?
Yeah.
So I think the 300 witnesses might be capped. But
I don't know, but that's stupid as fuck. 300 witnesses to say what? To say what?
I don't know. Young Thug had that Glock with a switch, nigga.
I don't know if they could do that. They can't do that shit, bro.
You got that Glock with a switch, man. Lock him up 10 years minimum, nigga.
Where was he at with the Glock with the switch?
No, I'm not sure if that's what it was, but that's some shit they would probably say. I don't know. It's not looking good for Young Thug. I mean, Gunna looked like a GTA character. They released his mugshot and shit.
Nah, Gunna, hey, he looked different, man.
Yeah, that nigga look well fed in there.
Well, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, justice is served in by whatever that means. Whatever the fuck that means, shit.
No, free Gunna, man. Free Gunna.
Oh, God, bro. Because I got there.
What are your thoughts on the whole Takeoff shit?
It reminded me of the Young Dolph shit. Because when the Young Dolph shit happened, it was like the problem is this. We become successful and we return back to places in the same way as if we didn't like, you know, move on and change and shit. You feel me?
Right.
So I feel like
a lot of conspiracy theories regarding that too with Jay Prince, but I'm not gonna go into it.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
I'll tap into the conspiracy side, but like just on a regular plain side, my thoughts on the Takeoff shit is this: like, it's just fucked up that apparently he had shit to do with nothing, just sitting around and shit and then getting in the crossfire. Like, that's just goddamn. You feel me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to be responsible for the places that we place ourselves. Like, we have to be responsible for the people that we, you know, fuck with. We have to be, even if it's our fucking family. We have to set boundaries. We gotta treat ourselves accordingly. You feel me? Like, that's just the plainest. I hope people can start like treating themselves valuable so that they can, you know, receive some valuable ass treatment in return.
I feel like that's such a cop-out answer though. Like,
but that's how that's literally how I feel, bro. If you look at the video, it looked like bro was on his phone. I did see the academic shit where he literally was going online and trying to find the killer and shit.
Yeah.
And just hearing there was one girl who went on socials and was like, she went on Twitter and was like, Takeoff wasn't doing shit. He was just sitting there. I was there. Da, 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 da. So everybody was like, well, shit, if you were there, who shot Takeoff? And she wasn't responding. She was like, I don't know any information. All I know is this, that, and the third. So it was coming for her head. It was like, nah, fuck that. What the fuck? Who killed Takeoff? What happened? She didn't have shit to say. My whole point is this. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like we get an intuition. I feel like we are not just on this fucking earth just walking around blind as fuck all day long. We get so many signs and signals and people tell us shit all day long. Our family, stay the fuck from around that dude. That person is not any good. We get the gut feeling. Something happens. We continuously. So it was not just an overnight ball type of situation, bro. Nothing is just. That's just how I believe, though. Some people feel like, nah, you were selected.
I don't know, but it's like.
And
I
that
feel
goes back
like
into
the issue is way
Yeah.
more deep. The issue is way more. It's way more deep rooted than just like, oh, be careful your surroundings. Because think about it, when white people
That's
get
the
rich,
first
like
part of it.
when white people get rich off like tech or some shit, like they can go home. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to worry about none of that shit. But it's like it's only within like our community where it's like you can almost like you go home after you like come up and it's like you have to watch yourself, you know. I don't know. It's
almost like an animalistic thing that we've been conditioned to agree
to. Yeah,
to.
exactly. That and I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, if we've been conditioned to watch our back around each other. And so with that being said, it's almost like it's not necessarily telling him or anybody for that fact to watch their back, particularly around our brothers and sisters. But I am saying that on a day-to-day basis, I'm not pushing off the whole thing like, let's not find the problem. But what I'm saying is this, from a you my nigga, from a you my new nigga now, is this. If you get the feeling you need to get the fuck from around, get the fuck from around. And another thing too, like, that's what I'm saying. We already should have been saw whoever the fuck shot the nigga before I feel like nobody was doing their job. That's why before you actually clicked onto the live, you heard the last end of my conversation when I was talking to DK. I was like, no, I'm not fucking around. No, it's either we doing this shit today or we're not doing it because we scheduled a specific ass fucking time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You feel me? And why do I set those boundaries? Because I have a house full of shit. Fuck you. With cameras and everything else. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. It's like we gotta protect ourselves and not be dense. You know what I'm saying? Not saying bro was dense, but I'm saying we do have to walk like know what the fuck time it is. Like you're from the streets for real. Like everybody's from the streets for real, and they da for real. Then how is it that only street niggas is getting killed because y'all doing stupid street shit?
Yeah. And he was just talking about on Drink Champs about him wanting to get his credit and getting him his flowers and shit. Shortly before, you know, what happened and shit. So it's like, and he was never like the problematic Migo out of all of them. He was always the like laid back, chill Migo, just, you know what I'm saying, do his shit, do his music, you know what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. People gotta get the fuck from around, because what is problematic? Problematic to you might be, oh, he was just chill because you're an honest person. I don't know you, but I'm gonna assume you're honest, you're a nice person, you know, y'all make mistakes, but whatever. So to that, damn, that's a chill nigga. To another person, that's problematic. He might go far. Get that nigga out of here.
Or even like he got what I don't have. That's problematic.
You feel me? You feel me? So that's why I'm like how I am, because I'm like, bitch, I know I'm that shit, bitch. You got to get the fuck around because you're not
depends
doing
how you see it.
And I'll see the same, you know, you can see the same purposeful, whatever. You can see the same passion in the next person and see the same kinetic energy or potential energy in the next person, but they want to sit on their ass. So you have to recognize that, and you got to get the fuck around, because people will just clinch onto you and they'll just let you carry them on the fuck up, and then now it's nothing to be said. Now it's turned into a fucking conspiracy. It done turned into a conspiracy because we didn't do what we were supposed to do to mitigate those actions. And I don't want this to sound like I'm putting it on him. I want this to sound like, for those people that's still around, be careful. You feel me? Be careful.
Which is like a true like that.
Yeah, be the fuck careful, because.
But I feel like the issue is more deep rooted into the culture. You know,
bring your perspective, because it's not just one side of it. It's hella sides to this shit.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Bring in your perspective. What were you saying, DK?
No, I said like me personally, like I don't really understand like street culture like that. You know, I mean, I was raised in the Northwest, but it's like I don't know. I feel like the issue is more rooted into the fact that like I just don't understand how like with white people and like when they get rich off tech, whatever, they can still go home and like, you know what I'm saying, be around their family and like not have to worry about like looking over their shoulder and all that shit. But with the black community, it's like, especially with rappers, like it's just so bad to the point where it's like he wasn't even in a situation where like he was literally playing dice.
The first part of that was easy. It's like, I don't understand how white people could do da and this but then street culture da. So think about who run the system. That's why black people mad, because we like, no, y'all run the system, so y'all can do corrupt shit and then place us behind bars. For
which
is
true. Yeah, no, 100%.
Y'all can do corrupt shit and place yourselves behind bars because y'all y'all can y'all run the system. It's not balanced out, so it's not even that. It's the fact that historically you guys have been doing some fucked up shit, so we don't feel comfortable allowing you guys to run the system no more. We need to look.
Yeah.
So that's where we coming in at, and we like, nah, fuck that.
And it's gonna come a time where niggas really like.
It's the way to do it. That's why when we was
shit.
looting and rioting, they ain't gonna get me. They ain't gonna get me and be like, oh yeah, Chauncey, Rico, da 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 hell nah. But the looting and rioting shit, bro, I don't steal. I don't steal. You gonna catch me looting and rioting. I told it during the COVID shit when we was all in the terror. I was like, you ain't gonna catch me looting and rioting, but I'm gonna go to that protest. And if I see somebody with some Louis Vuitton that it don't belong to them, I ain't gonna say a goddamn thing because 100%. It's about money, right? It's about business, right? So they're gonna pay attention when they start hitting motherfuckers' pockets because now this person is gonna get involved. Now this person gonna start getting involved, and it didn't have shit to do with them. But now it do. Now everybody got Black Lives Matter guys on their fucking door front, so we can all come in and eat. Now everybody got that shit on the door fronts. Like, don't be fooled, bro. Get your food, leave your tip, get the fuck on, like, and go where they want you to go. You feel me? And then for those who got a lot of purpose and passion and who don't mind being martyrs, then you take your ass out there, and then that's how we gonna do that shit. Because some people don't need to be on the fuck. You hear it all day long when we joined the military. I bet y'all when y'all told somebody, "Oh, I'm finna join," you had somebody say, "I couldn't do it," and that's when you thought to yourself, "I ain't asking you to. I'm just telling you what the fuck I'm gonna do."
And it's the same way when you leave the military. You know, it's the same cycle. You tell niggas you getting out, and it's like, "Oh,
I
really?
can't do it, bro. I'm not telling you to. I know you can't. That's why you still here." You know what I'm saying? This ain't for you to do. This for me.
How many martyrs do you think it'll take for like an actual change in the system, or do you feel like the system in itself has to be either replaced or just gotten rid of altogether?
I think it's like
because I feel like there's always a martyr every generation, but it's never gotten to the point where the system assesses the people, what they think, takes that into consideration, and then they do like an actual real, like, okay, is this what y'all want? And if it's not what y'all want, should we replace it? Should we get rid of it? It's never. How many martyrs do you think it'll take for it to get to that point?
I think it's gonna take for people to become truly informed and be okay with, because we can all come across a lot of different information, and it could be like pieces, but it could also be false information. Right. Somebody might come to the table with some false information, and now it just fucks up the whole project. You feel me? So I think that if we all can, I think we all have our own purpose that we should be focusing on. And if a person feels like they're purposeless, then I think that, gratitude towards society will do a lot and a great deal for them. So I think if people can start focusing on their own like hectic world issues within their own lives and their own homes, it'll do a lot more justice for the world. And I know that might be like a cliche answer too, but what I mean is it's gonna take a hell of a lot of martyrs. But it's like a lot of self-work because people just be projecting and shit. You feel me? People just be projecting all this shit on everybody the fuck else. And so it's like, I don't know, it's gonna take hella motherfucking martyrs, but it might not look like what everybody wanted to look like. Because it's your own life. So your own life could be how you want it. You just got to make that shit up. And maybe if you stay out of, like, that's why I don't be knowing too much shit, especially personal information about shit, because I don't be wanting to, I ain't got shit to do with me, and I be so focused on my own shit. I want to think about this all the goddamn day long. I was arguing with a yam the other day, and she wanted to argue for hours. And I was like, I'm over it. You don't want to figure it out. No, I have other things I want to think about. So now this is taken away from my thought. Now I don't even care to argue or even be upset because I want to think about some other shit. I got such shit to think about. Literally, it was literally, I couldn't split my mind up to do both. And so I was like, well, damn, I guess I'll just take my whole brain and let it focus. Like, come on now. So that's what I think. I know that I'm talking about a lot, but that's just passion. It ain't really no politics behind it for real. I don't sit on their side. I'm just trying to do music for real, for real. I don't sit on no side. I don't like agendas either.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's your own personal agenda. My agenda is for everybody to listen to my fucking music. That's my agenda. For real. All day long.
I mean, that's what it should be. You taking it serious. So.
Only for you to listen to my song. That's it. And then that's it. Yeah. I fuck with everybody, but that's just music. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, when we getting some more music? You know what I'm saying?
I've been dropping hella samples. I've been dropping samples on I've been dropping hella samples on my IG just so people can become
Okay.
acclimated with the voice, because I got different voices and shit. But like I said, I'm gonna drop a video probably tomorrow now, because this live going long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I still gotta
Yeah.
edit the video. But I already did the song, the little Munch freestyle shit. I'm finna
Yeah.
drop that whole. Oh God, I'm gonna talk my shit.
Yeah, you
So,
guys
yeah.
go tap in. That shit was hard, bro. You guys go listen to that shit. You say you're dropping it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll probably drop that bitch tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
On me.
sir. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I mean, Wardu, do you have anything?
What are your top 3 albums this year? A lot of albums that came out, you know what I'm saying?
I wish you would have asked me that, bro.
We go from Gunna, we got Dirk, we got
You know what I'm saying?
Drake, 21, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick.
Hey, I didn't listen to no full albums. I only tapped in. I tapped in though.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't listen to
Okay, how about this? What artist impressed you this year?
I like that. All right. I'm looking at it from a different perspective this year. So shout out to Munch. Shout out to Munch. Cause fuck it. Shout out to her. You feel me? And then
found out she half Nigerian and Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's crazy. I seen that shit on Twitter too.
I'm looking at all the artists that's like just popping off. Kodak, I'm always looking at Kodak though. So shout out to Kodak, bro. Holla at me.
Yeah.
I like this album. This album was cool. I like it.
Fuck with me, bro. Fuck with me. Don't wait till everybody fuck with me to fuck with me. Like, that's just real shit. Like, for real. So I ain't gonna name drop no fucking artist, bro. Just everybody fuck with me on God. Like, I've been on my own dick. I've been fucking with Lil Baby to like tapped into Lil Baby. I'm tapped into Duke Deuce always, but I'm always tapped into my niggas, and then I'll listen to the other people that's coming out with shit. So the reason why I shouted out Munch is because regardless of what everybody was talking about, she did it. Like, everybody picked her. Like, so I'm like, all right, bet. If the song ain't shit, why the fuck is we listening to it? So that's what I'm studying right now. All the shit that we be talking about, we don't fuck with. We can't help but look at it. So I'm trying to become that. Not some shit that we don't fuck with, but everything.
Aside from Munch, she also had another snippet that went crazy too. That shit was actually kind of hard.
Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Oh God.
Oh, not happening.
Hey, any closing words, Chaunce? You know what I'm saying, for the people?
Hell nah, bro. I just want to say I appreciate y'all boys for having me on the show. I love the professionalism. I love to see y'all growth. I'm thank you. I'm glad that I was finally able to meet you, Alex.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, good talk.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Nah,
it's good to meet you too.
Anytime.
Yeah. All right, then y'all add me on the gram and shit at Chaunce the Official.